Hello, World of Tanks Blitzers. It's a Littlefinger. So, update 7.5 came out earlier this week, and just wanted to run through the highlights of that update and potentially talk about the Chieftain Mark 6 container event that's going on right now. As you can see in the garage, we've got the Hellcat. This is the tank that probably received the biggest DPM buff of the update, really increasing the reload time, and should be super fun to drive. Now, the big deal is no more missiles. We did a compilation video to commemorate the removal of missiles. If you owned the Sheridan, you received a replacement tank that still has missiles. It has this boom camo on it, pretty cool. Basically the same as the Sheridan, except it's going to be unusable for any battle type other than the fun battles like Uprising or Gravity Mode and those type of games. Instead, what we've got now is the Sheridan with heat instead of missiles. So if we take a look at this, 341 millimeters of pen, 490 damage. So going to be a fun little tank to drive, and I'm excited about the fact that we don't have to worry about missiles in the game anymore. Blitz hanger here. And so this is still under preview, so some of these might not be 100% accurate, but you can see where we're going with these. M48 patent, slight little buff. Batch hat, nice little buff on the reload time here. 2.8 seconds instead of 3 between shells, so you can see what this does to your damage per minute numbers. Pretty small, pretty minor. Again, T92E1, no more missiles. KPF PZ70, a little bit of a DPM buff on the heat round. Not a lot, so we've got some nerfs here. WZ120 on traverse speed. Continuing on with these nerfs, making them just a little bit slower. T34-1 got a buff with the power and train resistance. One of the ones that I like here, the Predator, 5 degrees to 7 degrees. This really should be 8 degrees in my opinion. Played it a couple times since the update. Certainly a lot more playable, but it is difficult due to its size and lack of maneuverability. T21, nice little movement buff there. The Jackson got a little bit more hit points. Hellcat, here's the one that we're talking about. Look at the difference here in this damage per minute numbers, going from 1657 to 2166. So looking forward to getting that out on the battlefield, because this was already a fun tank due to its mobility. VK3002M, speed increase, and the Type 58. All right, and so moving on down here, we got some armor updates. A little bit more armor. This is 7.4 update. If you look at the front of the hull, we get a little bit deeper orange there, so a little bit more armor on that. Much needed. The Vickers Light, I think this is a very sound choice. You can't really see a whole lot here, but if you look at the gun mantlet going a little bit lighter purple as around the gun mantlet, you know, a light tank like this hull down that was almost impossible to pen, so I think that is a good move there on Wargaming's part. Similar change here to the Vickers CR. I saw so many of these in ratings just because of the HE and the damage it can do with that gun. And the T2020, the tank everyone hates. As you can see as we cross over the hull here, how much darker that orange gets. So a nice little increase in the armor and along the sides as well. Predator, let's see what they did to this. Yeah, so a little bit stronger on that frontal armor. That's nice to see as a difficult tank to play, guys. And then the Chaffee, looks like a whole bunch of changes here, almost like the total shape change. But anyway, I didn't realize that all these changes had been made here. There's the Jackson. Look at all that increase in the armor now. So you've almost gone from your upper plate now is stronger than the lower part. MT25, can't really tell much difference. So just really, really minor changes on these tanks. Not a whole lot of difference. I think on all of these tanks, basically they've increased the armor on the roof, the top of the turret, if you want to call it. So those are all going to be very, very minor. Now, back to the Chieftain Mk 6 lockboxes. This is kind of like a little event they're running from the 9th to the 18th. And I can't quite figure out how or why you get them, but in random battles, you'll get either a lockbox that could potentially contain a key, or the Chieftain Mk 6 lockbox that requires a key to open it. What I'm most interested, since I already have the Chieftain Mk 6, which only has a 2% drop chance in the crate, is the T4485, which is the new premium, but you can only get it by getting parts to the certificate, right? Along with the other 3 tanks there. So what I was going to do, if we go over to the store here and under bundles, you can see here you can buy one crate and one key for $5, or just buy the key for $3. But what I wanted to just talk about real quickly was 2% drop chance for the Chieftain Mk 6. It's only 6 million credits if you already own it, so you don't even get gold in return. But then a 12% chance to get parts for the T4485, and you might either get 10, 25, or 40, and you need 100 to get the tank itself. So at least that has the highest percentage of all of these, but then you may also end up with one of these down here, and just verifying, yeah, 6 million credits for the Chieftain Mk 6 if you already have it. Now, if I go back to my storage and go to containers, you'll see here that throughout my playing battles from yesterday and today, I have received 13 lockboxes. In the past it was you had to have 2 kills and you got one. I have no idea. It seems like you only get them on wins, but I can't figure out what the criteria is for getting these. And sometimes you'll get 2, and so this is the lockbox key container, and it only has a 1.5% chance of having the key in it, right? So then the key would then open this box, which only has a 2% chance of the Chieftain Mk 6. So very, very low percentage chance, but I'm going to go ahead and open these here just so that I get these out of the way, and I'm not going to talk about them tomorrow with the store review. So we'll see what we get out of these. So it looks like just boosters and premium time certificates. Really wanting to pull a key so that we can open one of those 13 lockboxes that I have accumulated. T4485, it's a tier 7 premium tank. Not, it's not a must-have for me, but I certainly would like to get it if I could. So again, only a 1.5% chance of getting a key. So that means, looks like no keys. So guys, tomorrow will be the store review. And earlier I did the video on exchanging your unused avatars for the active camouflages. So make sure you check that out, and I'd much rather have a camo on a tank I drive than avatars sitting somewhere deep within the bowels of my Blitz garage. So with that, guys, have fun out there. Stay safe. Get educated, not fingered. Littlefinger out.